This is the blood flow through the heart. The heart is really the powerhouse of the circulatory system. It's continuously moving blood through the entire body, providing oxygenated blood and nutrients, while also carrying away waste and returning that deoxygenated blood back to the lungs. Understanding the flow of blood through the cardiac system is vital to being able to understand the problems and conditions that can come up along the way. At various points, we do though need to start off with some basic foundations. So when I'm taking about veins, I'm talking about blood vessels that are carrying blood towards the heart, and then arteries are then blood vessels carrying blood away from the heart. And then for the sake of my drawing, blue is going to be used to signify the oxygenated blood, and red is going to be our oxygenated blood. So with that out of the way, let's go and take a look inside the heart so we can see some of the structures here. There are four main chambers, two upper chambers called atria and two lower chambers called ventricles. And we have one each side of the heart. We have the right atrium and the right ventricle. The left atrium and the atria help to fully load the ventricle before it then ejects blood away from the heart. The heart can also be divided up in the right and left sides. The heart side is going to be responsible for deoxygenated blood going right to the lungs, and then the left side is responsible for the oxygenated blood that has just left the lungs. There are also four heart valves that you need to know. One of the exit of each of the four chambers exiting from the right atrium, we have the tricuspid valve. Then exiting from the right ventricle, we have the pulmonary valve. And then exiting the left atrium, we have the mitral valve. This is something that also known as the bicuspid valve. And then finally, exiting the left ventricle, we have the aortic valve. Each of these valves act as one-way valve to prevent backflow of blood in the system, and normal valves have three leaflets, with the exception of the mitral valve, which only has two, hence the name bicuspid. And then finally, there are the blood vessels, which bring blood to us as well as carry blood away from the heart. The inferior vena cava, which has blood originating from the trunk. Visceral organs in the lower body, and the superior vena cava, which has blood originating from the head and upper body, which these two together brings most of the deoxygenated blood from the body back to the heart and empty into the right atrium. Next, we have the pulmonary artery, which is going to carry the deoxygenated blood away from the heart and then to the lungs to be oxygenated. From here, we have both the right and the left pulmonary veins, which are bringing the oxygenated blood back to the heart and emptying into the left atrium. And then finally, the aorta carries the oxygenated blood away from the heart to the rest of the body. And that ends the blood flow through the heart.